What's up everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you fall off even when you start strong. Have you ever wondered why it is that sometimes you start off on things, with so much motivation and so much passion, and you're thinking to yourself, this time, this is going to be the time that I'm going to be seeing this through. This is going to be the year that I will be a gym girly. I will be at the gym 3 days a week. I am going to be fit as, right? The whole world's going to know. The whole world's going to know that there is a baddie that lives here, only to fall off the wagon a few weeks later. And you just can't bring yourself to get to the place where you are consistent in what you are doing. You're consistent in pursuing the change that you need to change. What if I told you that, it's really not about your lack of discipline or your lack of willpower, but sometimes it is about your mindset and your identity. I know. You might think, what does mindset and identity have to do with anything? I remember seeing an advertisement, watching videos on YouTube. This advert kept coming on, and it is from this gentleman who talks about, I think his name is Tim Han, but I could be wrong. But he talks about this is the law of sustainment, and it really tied in very well to what I was already reading from James Clear in his Atomic Habits. He talks about identity-based habits, right? That to become or to have sustainable habits, you actually need to see yourself as a person who does those things. And so that is why it's important for you to start small and show up. And each time you're showing up, you're putting in votes in your mind to the person that you want to become, right? And so anyway, so it tied in really well to what I was reading in Atomic Habits on, identity-based habits, and also in what Carol Dweck was talking about in a book titled Mindset. And so his message really resonated with me. And basically, in the Law of Sustainment, Tim Han was talking about it's really, really difficult for you to sustain a habit, to sustain an action when it is opposed to how you see yourself. And so, for instance, if I see myself as a person who is a couch potato, right? And I always refer to myself as a couch potato. Every time people ask me, oh, so what do you love doing during the weekend? Oh, I enjoy Netflix and chilling. I'm basically a couch potato. That's how I see myself. I see myself as somebody who just loves to be at home, somebody who just loves their couch, somebody who just loves to chill and, not be bothered about much. And so then if I now want to change that and become a person who is more outdoorsy, more outgoing, there definitely is a war in my mind of how I see myself. I don't see myself as somebody who, goes hiking on the weekends or somebody who goes to the gym 4 days a week, right? I see myself as a couch potato. And so that's one idea that Tim Han really tries to speak about in the Law of Sustainment, that for us to be able to change, right, to change our habits, to change our ways, right, we really need to work on our mindset and on how we see ourselves. So instead of being this person who is, how I identify myself, a couch potato who's trying to run and be more outdoorsy, I probably should see myself as, or change the way I see myself to, I see myself as a runner. And so I really, really loved that idea, the law of sustainment, that you can't sustain actions that are in conflict with your identity. And so that's how sometimes we get caught in the trap of, I really want to change, I really want to become a different version of myself, a better version of myself, but consistently our minds are telling us that no, this is in direct conflict with how you see yourself. And so we really, on our journey to changing or to becoming, we really need to do a lot of background work to undo that thinking and undo how we see ourselves, and seeing ourselves in a better light and in a manner that aligns with the person that we want to become. And so in addition to that, in addition to the law of sustainment, right, that's one area that we need to focus on. We also need to focus on our mindset, and that really feeds into that identity. We need to change our mindset. Carol Dweck talks about two different kinds of mindset. She talks about a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And before I'd read this book, you know what, I really highly recommend this book. If you can get your hands on it, I'd highly recommend that you do. It's a little bit dense, right, sometimes, but I think, if you can get past that, you'll really get quite a lot of good insight from this book. And so Carol talks about, as I said, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And in the fixed mindset, we're in a place that we believe that abilities are static. That, you know what, there are just some people who are good at art, and if I've drawn once and I drew a bad picture, that means that I'm not good at art. Or there are just some people who are gifted and talented in basketball, say, for instance. And if I've tried basketball once or twice and, I didn't really hit, what do they call it? A sixer? I think a sixer is for cricket. I don't know, what do they call it? Like, they can throw the ball and it goes into the net from like far away. I don't know what that is, but that. If I can't do that the first 3, 4, 5 times I've tried, maybe this is not for me. Maybe basketball is not my thing. Maybe I'm not a basketball player. But Carol poses to us a different kind of mindset, and that is a growth mindset. A mindset that believes that abilities can be developed through effort. And she gives examples of a lot of people who, the world sees now as, oh my goodness, they're excellent, they're amazing, they've done wonderful things, right? But we don't know their journey, right? And how much effort they've put in to become excellent. If you think about it, right? People like, I don't know why I keep trying to refer to basketball players when I don't know nothing about basketball. Oh gosh. But people like Michael Jordan, right? We know him as the Michael Jordan, like how amazing and excellent he is, and how he was such a big name, when he was playing the sport. And even now, like, he's still, every time you speak of Michael Jordan, you think about, the highest echelon in basketball and of people that have done amazing things, right? But when you look at Michael Jordan's story, he didn't start off as the Michael Jordan. He worked his way, like really, really worked hard to become the Michael Jordan. And so that really, goes to show that our abilities are not static. We can grow and develop into the people that we want to become. If Michael Jordan can do it by effort, consistent effort and hard work, then we also can do it. We also can become the best version of ourselves by effort and hard work. And so I really love that, Carol gives us so many of these examples, because it helps really shatter the illusion that our abilities are static, and helps us really try and move to a place where we can believe that we can grow, we can become, we can develop. And I think that that's really, really powerful. Another example would be Beyonce, right? we all know Beyonce as the Beyonce. Like we don't even need to know her. She doesn't even need to be introduced by her last name. She's on a first name basis with everybody in the world. As soon as you say Beyonce, everybody knows exactly who you're talking about. And it's easy to think, oh, you know, she's talented, she's got a great voice, right? But I remember somebody referred to this like years ago, a comedian from my country, and he was saying that he was so amazed at how much work that Beyonce puts into her craft, how much work she puts in to everything that she does so that it comes out excellently. And so if Beyonce, to become excellent, is putting in a lot of hard work, I implore you, friends and family, that perhaps, you know, if we adopted the growth mindset and worked on ourselves and our craft and really believed that our abilities are not static and they're not fixed, but we can grow, we can strive and become the best version of ourselves, that would be a great mindset to adopt. And so I think that if we look at ourselves and look at the areas in our lives that we need to change, and we reframe our ideas to ensure that we're capturing the identity of the person that we want to become, and really change our thinking of our abilities, that, you know what, if I fail at something the first time, that's just feedback. That is just feedback on the areas that I need to improve on, that I need to work on, that I need to grow in, and not a dead sentence, as it were. It's not, you know, final, you know, you're not good at this. It is feedback on, you know, you can become better at this. And so if you've ever felt stuck or inconsistent, maybe it's not your habits, maybe it's not your lack of discipline or your lack of willpower, but it's your mindset that is keeping you stuck in a particular place. And if you shift your mindset and if you shift how you see yourself, your habits will follow. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the video, and if you've got some amazing books that are personal development focused that you would like me to review, or that you think would be a great read for me, please let me know in the comment section below. I love to read books, and I'd love to hear what books are out there that I need to put my hands on. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Really appreciate your company. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you'd like to see more content like this. Until next time, see ya.